What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Boundless Perception YouTube channel. Today we are back with my girlfriend, Miss Aisha, and we're going to ask her a few questions. As you've probably already seen from the title, I don't think I've asked her these questions before, and I've never really considered it. And I was like, that's very inconsiderate of me. And I need to ask her these questions. So yeah, I've come up with a few questions. I had several more, but I had to cut them short because you guys don't want like a 3-hour episode of me just drilling Asia with questions. But we're gonna ask her a few of them and see how she feels. So let's get into it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have had similar questions. I want to know the answer to these questions too. So let's get into it. Okay, everyone, so we're back. As you guys know, I'm a cosplay photographer, amateur cosplayer in the works. I still have to work on crafting and all that stuff, but I like to buy cosplays and wear them, and I've gotten her into it. But I've never really asked you, like what is it like to date a guy who does cosplay and, like, you know, all of the stuff I'm doing?
Wow.
I don't like that slow neck turn towards the camera.
It's fine. I don't know. I've never thought about this either.
Oh.
No, I mean, like, for me personally, because this is not a world that I have ever been in. Mm-hmm. It's different. And new, and it's like not the typical thing that people that I have usually been around are into. But that doesn't like mean too much other than like it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like, you know, something different that I have encountered, but at this point it's like not different. It's just normal.
Because like I've like immersed you in it for long enough now, like now it's like kind of a normal thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's rewind the clock. We've been dating for like almost 2 years now. And if I had just, you know, like I remember our first date, we went to, oh my gosh, the arcade, the bar arcade. If I had just, bam, laid this all on you from the jump, like what would you have thought?
So you didn't?
I did it. Like
no, I'm trying to remember like when did I find out on my own through like looking at like
stalking me on social media?
Well, yeah, your social media profiles. I mean, you have like several.
There were several stalkings to choose from.
It's not stalking. It's called normal finding out about people that we do these days. The information is public. It's not a closed down profile. Oh, so yeah, I might have like just like known about that from your social media. I don't ever remember it being a big thing.
So did you know that before we went on our first date or after?
I have no clue.
Oh, you don't remember?
No, but I also just don't remember it being a thing.
Oh.
Like, you know, we made a big deal. Like, I don't remember that.
No. So, okay, what if I had taken you to a convention for our first date and I had come out, boom, dressed out in full cosplay gear? What would that have been like? Would that have changed things between me and you, Asia?
Yeah, if it was a lame one, then yes.
Ouch! Like, what's lame?
I have no clue, but...
I don't even know about the cosplay world, but I know what costume is lame.
If it looked like you got it from Dollar Tree.
What if that's all I could afford? My Dollar Tree cosplay.
Yeah, so, you know, that's a thing.
It is a thing.
That's a thing. And like, I completely, you know, get and understand, but if I'm like new to like what is being experienced, and that was my first experience, it would not have done you any favors.
So I wouldn't have gotten a second date. Tell the truth, shame the devil. A devil.
The devil.
The devil, yeah. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Go ahead. When I got a second date.
A few moments later.
Man, this is.
Maybe. I mean, I would have probably thought like, this is interesting. Yeah, I would have definitely been like, this is interesting.
Okay, what if though I had worn like, you know, not the greatest cosplay, but the date was real. I was like a sweet person, you know, and you know, we had good conversation. Would that have overridden my bad costume?
No.
Dang.
Well, here's the thing too. So, I've only been to one convention, I think.
Yeah, you went to Super Galaxy Con with me, and then we're going to AWA this week. Yeah, this coming week.
Yeah. So, I've only been to one convention, and like, even like that in of itself was like a new experience.
Good or bad? Or just like indifferent?
Interesting. Yeah, because this is just something that I've never even stepped foot into. Like, I don't know people, like, or I haven't known people or hung out with people or been like really close with the people who watch a lot of anime that are into cosplay. Like, that's never been a part of my world. So to go step in and like experience that and also just kind of be like confronted with some things that like to me, like, you know, I'm not trying to be like rude, but like to me are like really strange. Like to come upon things that I feel like are really strange, right? But like but you know, trying to like soak it in and just kind of come from a place where I'm like seeking to like understand, like, or this is someone, or even if I don't understand, like, you know, people think this is like cool and awesome, just like I would think something's cool and awesome. So like, sure, right. So I don't know if taking me to a convention would have been like I don't know if taking me to a convention would have been something you should have done at the very beginning. Because now, like, I can come from, because I know someone that is like in this world, I'm like, okay, like I can come in with some level of understanding about what's going on. But if I didn't have that to begin with, I might have run for the hills.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that you kind of, I guess, you've done what, 2 cosplays now? Or is it just one? Because you did your Katara.
Katara, and I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, I think so. You've done one. So, and then you're actually doing one, what, at AWA this weekend?
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. We have to try it on. We have to do a testing fit. But what do you think about, like, the money I've spent on this? Like, all these figures and stuff. Like, does it work? Like, if you had just, how do I put it? If you had just came, like, to my house and saw that I had all these figures, and I had told you, like, I had spent, like, you know, this is date 1. I had told you I spent, like, let's say, in 1 month, like $5,000 on figures. No, I think that's a bit much. Let's say $500 on just like figures and costumes. And
I don't think you shouldn't have told me the price. But I bet, like, didn't I see? I mean, I don't know. We weren't that many dates in when I went to your house when we had that. We were shooting with.
Shooting what?
We had the aluminum foil and with the
yeah,
lights.
Yeah. I forgot about that with Danielle.
Yeah. So I don't know if I saw.
That stuff's all upstairs.
Your game room. Then I don't know if I saw it or not.
Yeah. Because we went to the garage. Yeah. And then I fed you guys pizza.
Danielle on that pizza. She was
like, can I take this and this?
She just.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Okay, so basically not letting you know how much money I spent and not just like boom, fully immersing you from the get-go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess that's fair. So now, jumping forward, what do you think about me doing it like now?
I still don't even know how much money you spend on this stuff, and I really, honest to God, I don't want to know. I do not. I don't. What you said? What I think about it?
Yeah, because I guess like now, is it just more so like a normal thing? You're just like, oh, Mark's just doing his cosplay stuff again.
Yeah, I don't think too much about it. Like, all right, like, yeah, it doesn't. Nothing phases me. I mean, all these swords, I think, it's getting ridiculous. But
okay, all right. Now, shots have been fired. That was a bit much, I think. You know how I feel about my swords.
Well, I'm just like, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna put them? Are they just gonna sit in the closet? Like,
First
what
of all,
is gonna happen?
What is gonna happen when someone breaks into our home and we run out of bullets?
You're not using any of those?
You don't know what I'm gonna be using. Because Aisha's gonna be tucked in the bed like, Mark, who was it? And I'm gonna be like, I got this. When I have to go to the closet and get rebellion out and deal with potential threats.
Are you talking about that one that's heavy and you can't even...
First, see, it's only heavy to the untrained person.
And what are you?
The trained person.
So, yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's just whatever, you know?
Just whatever.
Like,
Okay.
this thing you do. Like, I have things I do.
Okay.
All
So,
good.
what do you think, if I was interested, like, we'll take it away from me and you. Like, if I was interested in, like, well, not even me. If one of my friends who cosplays was interested in dating one of your friends who don't cosplay, the same as you, don't know anything about it, how could they, like, introduce them to that without, like, getting shunned and turned away? Or maybe she's into it. I don't know. But it's like, what would be, like, the approach,
Well, you just never know what people are into, for one.
That's true.
So, like, I could have friends that watch anime, and I just don't know they watch anime. Because it's never come up in conversation. No one feels the need to be like, hey, I watch anime. Like, it's just a thing they do. It's just a thing they do, and they just don't feel the need to, like, announce it or whatever. Like, well, Steven Universe is not anime, but I know that, like, that's the thing. So, it's the thing. I don't know how to describe it. But, yeah, like, I have a friend that watches Steven Universe and, like, loves it. So,
Steven Universe is pretty good.
yeah, I watched 2 episodes, and I said, no, thank you.
No.
But, yeah. So, you just never know what people are into. So, you should just kind of, like, if I had one of my friends that are dancers, if, like, they went on a date and all they talked about was dance, like very specific things related to dance, like, that's not a good way to approach a date. Just like, so if, like, you had a friend that, like, cosplayed and all they talked about was really specific cosplay stuff, that's not a good way to approach a date if the person does not have the same background as you. So, like, it would be cool if, like, my dancer friend, like, was having a date with another dancer and they just vibe like that. Or a cosplayer had a date with another cosplayer and just vibe like that. But if that's not what you're walking into, then you should not approach the date like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
So then, like, how do you, like, what's the best way to ease your significant other into cosplay, you think? Like, not, we're past the first date, we're past the second date. Like, I'm like, I have this outfit I want you to try on. How do I, ease you into thinking from, like, this is kind of strange to, okay, I'm gonna give this a go.
I don't know, that, it's still a little weird. So, I have no answers.
So, like, what did you
Like,
think?
it just feels like, oh, I want to dress you up. Like, it feels like a kink or like a fetish a little bit. Honestly, I'm, like, not trying to be like...
It's like, boom, fully immersing you from the get-go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess that's fair. So now, jumping forward, what do you think about me doing it, like, now?
I still don't even know how much money you spend on this stuff. And I really, honest to God, I don't want to know. I do not. I don't... What you said, what I think about it?
Yeah, like, because I guess, like, now, is it just more so like a normal thing? You're just like, oh, Mark's just doing his cosplay stuff again?
Yeah, I don't think too much about it. Like, all right, like, yeah, it doesn't, nothing phases me. I mean, all these swords, I think it's getting ridiculous, but.
Okay, all right. Now, shots have been fired. That was a bit much, I think. You know how I feel about my swords.
Well, I'm just like, what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna put them? Are they just gonna sit in the closet? Like, what is gonna happen?
What is gonna happen when someone breaks into our home and we run out of bullets?
You're not using any of those?
You don't know what I'm gonna be using. Because Aisha's gonna be tucked in the bed like, Mark, who was it? And I'm gonna be like, I got this. When I have to go to the closet and get rebellion out and deal with potential threats.
Are you talking about that one that's heavy and you can't even?
First, see, it's only heavy to the untrained person.
And what are you?
The trained person.
So, yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's just whatever, you know?
Just whatever.
Like,
Okay.
this thing you do. Like, I have things I do.
Okay.
All
So,
good.
what do you think, you know, if I was interested, like, we'll take it away from me and you, like, if I was interested in, like, well, not even me, if one of my friends who cosplays was interested in dating one of your friends who don't cosplay, the same as you, don't know anything about it, how could they, like, introduce them to that without, like, getting shunned and turned away? Or maybe she's into it. I don't know. But it's like, what would be like the approach, you know?
Well, you just never know what people are into, for one.
That's true.
So, like, I could have friends that watch anime, and I just don't know they watch anime because it's never come up in conversation. No one feels the need to be like, hey, I watch anime, you know? Like, it's the thing they do. It's just a thing they do, and they just don't feel the need to, like, announce it or whatever. Like, well, Steven Universe is not anime, but I know that, like, that's the thing. So, it's the thing. I don't know how to describe it. But, yeah, but, like, I have a friend that watches Steven Universe and, like, loves it. So.
Steven Universe is pretty good.
Yeah, I watched 2 episodes, and I said, no, thank you.
No.
But, yeah. So, you just never know what people are into. So, you should just kind of, like, if I had one of my friends that are dancers, if like they went on a date and all they talked about was dance, like very specific things related to dance, like that's not a good way to approach a date. Just like, so if like you had a friend that like cosplayed and all they talked about was really specific cosplay stuff, that's not a good way to approach a date if the person does not have the same background as you. So like it would be cool if like my dancer friend was having a date with another dancer and they just vibe like that, or a cosplayer had a date with another cosplayer and just vibe like that. But if that's not what you're walking into, then you should not approach the date like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
So then, like, how do you, like, what's the best way to ease your significant other into cosplay, you think? Like, not, you know, we're past the first date, we're past the second date. Like, I'm like, I have this outfit I want you to try on. How do I, you know, ease you into thinking from like, this is kind of strange to, okay, I'm gonna give this a go.
I don't know, that it's still a little weird. So I have no answers.
So like, when did you
like
think?
It just feels like, oh, I want to dress you up. Like it feels like a kink or like a fetish a little bit. Honestly, I'm like not trying to be like rude, but like, yeah, it's kind of what it seems like for me. So I'm like, I can't tell you like what is the easiest way because it still weirds me out.
So wait, so what? So you thought when I wanted to do the Katara cosplay, that was like a kink of mine?
Not with Katara because I've seen the show,
Oh.
and like, you know, it's like very different. Yeah.
What about, okay, so you guys probably, you don't know, or maybe you do know if you've seen the other episodes, but Aisha has a KDA outfit that we're going to be trying. So like, what do you think about that? KDA, a colleague from League of Legends. Like, what do you think? Is that like?
Well, it's just weird too because a lot of these characters, well, like some, like I've been wanting actually because I love the show Once Upon a Time, and so I keep throwing around the idea of being the evil queen, right? So her outfits are so good. She's so stylish. But okay, so there's that. Right, but then there's like a lot of these like characters that I like see from like the video games or like animes or whatever. They're so hypersexualized that like I think that's what makes it feel like that. Like
I can understand.
Like why do these girls have on all these skimpy clothes all the time? Like why? Actually, I'm not trying to get this video demonetized, but like.
I'm not even monetized yet.
Well, I won't be helping.
I'm not trying to set it back.
Yeah, so, yeah, like, just why, like, are there, like, features so exaggerated and, like, all this stuff, and, like, I could go on. But I think that's part of what makes me feel like
it's like a fetish thing.
Yeah.
I can understand that. That makes sense. But, like, what if, like, okay, so what if I wanted to say, like, you know, I don't want to dress you up in, like, those fetish. Like, let's say this, like, this is Vi. Like, this is not, like, fetishy, right?
I guess not.
Yeah, so, like, would that be more...
I think for me,
than...
like, if I can connect to it, it's less strange.
Okay.
Like, Katara, like, I've seen the show. I love the show.
Yeah.
Right. Or, like, the Evil Queen. Not that that's happened yet, but I love the show.
Keep throwing these hints. It sounds like you want an Evil Queen cosplay.
I've about 10 times. So, like, I think that, again, it makes it, like, if I can connect with whoever it is, it makes it better rather than just like, I want to dress you up. And then you like, not you particularly, but then it's like some like skimpy like character and all of these things. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So that makes sense then. I don't think we've ever like, I've never like discussed that with you before. See, that's why, look at that. The channel's helping us grow.
Okay.
As people.
All right.
And as a couple. So, what do you think about the ones that I have done? Have any of them been like, I don't like that, but I'm just not going to tell them? Like, for example, when we did the Dr. Facilier shoot. Like, what did you
Well, that was fine. I mean, again, I think for me, it really... things make more sense when I can actually connect to it. Okay. So, like, I've seen Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, so let's not use that one. Let's use, what is it? You haven't seen Demon Slayer.
No.
And you haven't seen That Time I Was Reincarnated as Slime. You know that whole red Benimaru one? So what did you think about that one? I was like, hey, I need you to do the makeup for this. I need you to help me do the hair for this. Like
it was fine.
It wasn't weird at that point anymore because we've just been dating for a while.
It's still strange.
Still kind of strange.
I don't know why. And like, I think that's the thing too. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know why. It just, I'm still processing. And I don't say this in the efforts to like yuck anyone's yum either, right? Because it's like, I do things that like people don't quite get. And the last thing I want to hear is like, you're weird. Like,
yeah. Yeah, you don't like shoot anyone's hobbies or talents or whatever down.
Yeah, and so, you know, but again, I think it makes more sense though when I'm like, understand like, why would someone want to be this character? Like, why would someone want to like put on a costume and do all this stuff and look like this person? And I think I know like once I get more exposed to things, you know, and so I don't know that show. And I'm like, you know, I'm around a cosplayer, but I'm also not in that world and have this like full understanding of like everything where it's just like, oh, that's like really, like, I don't know. My words aren't coming together right now. But yeah, I think the more that I learn and the more that I see, the more I understand.
The less strange it becomes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, who is this person?
Why are they doing that?
No, but whatever the Benimaru, whatever it's called, I'm just like, who's this person? Like, why do you want to dress up like him?
So it sounds like I have failed you as your cosplay sensei and not getting you
I don't
to
need
watch
a sensei.
and not getting you to watch more anime. Like, I failed you. And I'm sorry.
No, but also, you know, I don't even want to sit there.
I don't want to learn about it, and it's weird.
Okay, there's some anime stuff. Like, there was something I was trying to watch with you, and I could not get to the stupid show because
Which one?
I have no clue. But again, like that hyper sexualized cartoon stuff really.
I don't think I've watched any of those with you.
There was something I was watching where I was like, What's going
I was watching it.
What's going on with this woman?
I was watching it. Like, tell me what was happening. Like,
Mark, I have no clue.
You don't remember? Okay.
No clue what it was. And so like, and I've tried to do this whole thing where I'm like, all right, compare it to like TV shows that I watch, like just like American TV, and how those people look in those shows. I've done a little thought about that because I'm like, okay, what's the difference? But I don't think, you know, people's boobs are all out like really like that in regular TV shows.
What about like the Real Housewives of Atlanta and stuff like that?
They might do that when they have an event.
Oh, but not just regular.
Yeah, not like regularly. And then it's just like, you know, they're just like huge compared to their body.
Compared to their frame.
Like the skirts like barely cover their butt. And it's just like, I'm just like,
He's over there fantasizing and fetishing again.
yeah, I can't get into it. And then, you know, I think I was watching something with you. I don't remember what the show was, but it was just, I don't remember what was happening. I remember they were in a library. That's all I got.
That could literally be like anything.
They were literally in the library. And I just like, it just wasn't understanding like some of the drama behind it. And like, it's just a whole like cultural thing too that I think you just have to like be able to get in and understand. And like, you have to watch a lot of it to get it.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe. I don't know. How did you start watching anime?
Actually, I had a friend back when I was in middle school. And my very first anime was, actually no, before then was Adult Swim. You know, like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Gundam, all the different iterations of Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, Trigun, and Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, so what made you like those shows? How did you watch Adult Swim and you had no cable?
I got cable when I was in like high school, and then I also had friends who had cable.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so I have friends, dang.
No, but I'm just trying to figure it out. Adult Swim come on at night.
Yeah, but I was over their house. You know, like sleepovers were a thing back in the day. You know, we watched like Adult Swim.
I felt like you wouldn't have been allowed to sleepovers, but okay.
What is that? You're just attacking me on my own show.
Okay, go ahead.
So, anyways, you know.
Why did you like them?
I feel vulnerable right now, like I've been attacked, but. Cause I don't know. I'm just like I've always been into like video games and stuff and like nerd stuff. That's always been me. So I think that
what is nerdy
like,
about anime?
Like everything is nerdy. Like the characters. Like okay, like for example, I just finished watching Baki, Son of Ogre, and like in that series,
Son of Ogre.
Son of Ogre. His dad's name is he's Baki Hanma. He's Yojiro Hanma, but they call him Ogre. Because he's like the strongest thing on the planet, like of everything. Okay. And so it's like it talks about like that series talks about like martial arts and like fighting, and it breaks down like how a lot of the impossible things that they do in this series may be possible. For example, like shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is something that boxers do, you know, to improve their skills. But shadow boxing, usually people are boxing other people. They envision, you know, opponents or themselves or something. It's usually human though. But in this series, he envisioned something much, much stronger than him, which was a praying mantis. Because, you know, pound for pound, if a praying mantis was the same size as a human, it wouldn't even be a fight. You know, we wouldn't stand a chance. Because, like, you know, they have a hard exoskeleton, like, it wouldn't even be a fight. So this is how it's nerdy. See how the look you're giving? This is how it's super nerdy, because it's like, oh, this is possible to this. Anyways, like, even things with here, you know, like, Vi and Gengar and Echo over here, like, it's all just nerdy, and it's like this fantasy world that you can escape to, and where impossible things become possible. And it's like, you know, everyone is accepted in this world, you know, whether you're, you know, a nerd, whether you're a dork, whether you're skinny, smart, fat, ugly, beautiful, you know, none of that matters in this world, which is like what I love. So that's
great.
How I've gotten to it. Yeah.
So what is that? I'm about to, but So you got into anime because it's...
Because it was like also like it was like I said, it was nerdy, and I'm a nerd, and it's also like a place where you can be accepted.
How is one a nerd? So you were a nerd because you play video games?
Yeah, and I was like into like nerdy things. You
What
know,
is
okay,
a
like,
nerdy thing?
let's rewind before the internet and before like cell phones, right?
Yeah.
So like early 2000s, late 90s. Like, if you go to arcades, you're playing like Street Fighter, you're reading books about like characters in books. You know, this is before Harry Potter was cool and before Game of Thrones and all that stuff. People were like, if I came up to you in high school and I was like, Asia, check out my comic books, you'd be like, nerd. That's what nerdy is. And so I was like, Asia, like in high school, I was like, check out my Pokemon cards. No, go over there, nerd. So that's how I mean when I say nerdy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So.
Cause I'm like, I know plenty of people play video games, but like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what is the nerd
thing about it.
Yeah.
So would you say that like this whole thing is becoming more accepted now than it was like in the past? So we just...
No, I think it's just like trying to figure out like, so I know people who play video games, but they'll play things like Call of Duty or like
NBA
FIFA
2K,
or like
yeah.
things like that. And I just consider that like
normal video games,
regular stuff. Or even back in the day where they had like Tekken and things like that. Like
still have it. It's still around. Street Fighter.
They make new versions of these.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
yes.
Like, but those were like normal games that like
so yeah
everybody played, or like Sonic or not Sonic, sorry. Mario and was it Crash
Bandicoot.
Like Donkey Kong, like all that stuff. Like I played that. So a game I really liked was Fairly Odd Parents.
So we had some quick technical difficulties. The battery died. We have been recording for a lot longer than I thought. But anyways, I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap this long episode up with one final question. So I'm gonna say, what have you learned about like okay. No, I'll even make it more juicier. If you could go back and learn everything about the fact that I cosplay before now, and would you have done it? Would you go back and like, if you could use a time machine and skip forward, learn everything you learned about me and what I do with cosplay and what cosplay is and all this stuff, all the conventions, jump back to right before we started dating, would you still, go forward with it?
If I knew what I knew now, essentially? Yeah, I mean, because I was saying, like, it's not a big deal. It's just like a thing that you do. It's just like a thing that other people do.
Gotcha.
Some people's things are sports. Some people's things are crafts. I don't know.
So, like, you support me with this new 3D printer I'm gonna buy and the like $6,000 laser that I want to get. You gotta help me get those. Support my craft, my passion.
If I help you get those, it's because I'm using it too.
You can use it too. I have like a calendar and like time slots available.
Why you need a calendar for that?
Because we don't want to overlap what we're doing. I want to make sure it's a clear-cut schedule that like I'm using the laser and the 3D printer from like Monday to Sunday, like until 11, and then from 11 to 12 you're allowed to use.
That's it for this episode, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have any questions for Asia, definitely, or even me, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Again, we will be at AWA, so feel free to stop by and check us out. Hopefully I'll get to meet some of you guys, do some recordings with you, all of the above. And until next time, stay boundless. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.